Welcome to the point form. This is a very special moment in your growth as a martial artist. For the first time, you're going to begin working on what are called aka. So we call them forms in English, but the term is aka, and aka actually translates as dance. This is an opportunity for performance. This is an opportunity to demonstrate your skill set, your perfection of form and technique. Aka are not about pure practical self-defense. They teach essential self-defense concepts. They served a purpose in prehistory when people did not know how to read and write and take notes. This was a way to capture theory and application and art and beauty all in one. As we became more sophisticated, we're able to separate the self-defense and train it in a more sophisticated manner. The aka remains as some of the most beautiful expressions of conflict skill sets around. And so we want to take our time with the aka, and we want to take our time and make it beautiful. So really focus on technique, and really focus on economy of movement. Now, you should have already watched the video about the essential lessons of the point form. But a quick recap, it's about appropriate distance and counter-striking. Now, for mobility impaired practitioners, appropriate distance is probably the most important thing you have to learn to do properly, because you don't get to jump around. You have to work within the confines of your seated position. And you've got to realize that appropriate distance sometimes means preemptive movement, sometimes means being aware that as you try to escape, you can't, and you need to do something else to finish the conflict. And it also means you've got to move your body in your chair. So that's what this form is teaching. It's teaching you about moving your body in the chair. It's teaching you about quick exit strategies of spinning the chair quickly, which you probably already know how to do. And what happens if you go to do your exit, but it's not safe to exit yet? If your opponent isn't finished, what are you going to do? Appropriate distance and counter-striking. All right. We begin by bowing into our X. Always. When we do an aka, it starts with the bow. He does his X. Now you notice we are going to do this on our star. You notice he's got a left X. This is not mirrored. This is the actual direction the form goes. You need to watch this video, and then you need to practice it out there, not mirrored image. Okay? You need to pay attention that this is his left hand and this is his right hand. So when I say the first move in the point form is shift to the right and low block left, that's what he's doing. If you mirror this, you're blocking right. Don't do that. Okay, so shift and low block. That's count one. And then lean forward and long punch high. So the punch goes up high. This person is reaching for you. This is the application of the form. And so you knock his hands away and punch up high towards the face. Notice he's not over top of his knees. He's not falling forward. He's in control, but he has extended the shoulder. He has punched on the red line, which is directly in front of you. That's the first sequence. This is a 2-count form. Block punch, block punch, block punch, block punch. In between each sequence, you need to transition through your X block. Because what if he grabs you? You're going to have to scrape that off. So you're going to go back to your X and go to an outside block. Now as you shift right and block left, you're going to shift left and short punch, middle distance, right? So about as high as your neck and shoulder, maybe aiming up. You're working the levels of your opponent, and you're pulling that opponent down into your world, into your area and your zone of effectiveness. Okay? So now you've struck him low, and as he comes in and starts to collapse on you, you push him away low again, and now he's low. He's not up above you. He's collapsing on top of you. So you drive that long punch low and drive him down off of you. Right? A short punch here might contact. A push might contact, but he might fall on you. So you're going to drive him out with that punch so it falls backwards. Okay? Now, movement. You've done 3 sequences. You've done 6 counts. You're going to grab your wheelchair and get out. You're going to spin it in place. It's a spin. Forward and back, spin. When you spin, you see another opponent right here. And you don't have time. You don't have time to go to your X and start over. Your hands are down. So you've got to come up and block. So you're going to throw a cross block right away. Put your hands down on your wheel. You just did your turn, cross block. See, he doesn't have time for his X. If he tries to drive an X, I'm going to drive it into him. So he cross blocks, and then high long punch right. Cross block left, long punch right, with a 90-degree turn first. It's 90-degree, cross block, long punch. Now, if that works, the person is going to collapse on. You're going to drive your X, and you're going to low block to the side to guide the person down and out of your way. In a perfect world, they fall down. In an imperfect world, they take a step. And they don't fall down. But you've done some studying. You want to do appropriate distance. You want to get away and create distance, and the person's right here. So now you're going to start to turn away. But as you turn away, you see this person's not done. They're getting up. So you're going to turn 180 degrees and hammer fist down that. Which hammer fist is that? That low hammer fist we said is for the groin? Well, not this time. This time it's for somebody getting up. Application. Drive that hammer fist down. Okay? So that is a 180-degree turn and hammer fist down. Now, go to your X and face me. That's the first half of the point form. Stay there. So the first half of your point form is low block, long punch, outside block, short punch, low block, long punch, turn, cross block, long punch, low block to the side, turn 180, hammer fist. That's the first half of this form. Now let's see the second half. The second half of this form is the exact same thing done on the opposite side of your body. You're going to do the exact same sequence, the exact same blocks, the exact same punches, but now we're going to learn and teach the other side of our body so that we can do this in any direction. So now he has to low block right and shift left. And then he has to punch out on the line straight towards the bad guy. And then he'll drive into his X and outside block. And then on the line. And then he'll X and low block. And long punch low. And as he does that, he's going to escape. But he's going to turn and see someone coming. So appropriate distance is he's going to do one turn and stop because he doesn't have time. And he's going to have to cross block and long punch. He doesn't have time for anything else. He turns, cross block, punch. Okay? Then he's going to go to his X and low block with the left hand and drive the person down. Okay? That's actually an X to catch somebody and guide me as I'm falling down. And now you're going to try to escape. But as you start to turn away, you see me getting up, so keep going. And hammer fist. Bam. Okay? With a high hand. Boom. And then you come back to your X. And then down. And when you're finished, you bow out. If you're practicing the point form, bow in before the first time you do it. Then practice as much as you need to. And the last time you do it, bow out. We always bow in to start any form practice, and we always bow out when we finish our form practice. This is to show respect for the skill sets we're learning. This is part of our system. If you're doing it one time, you bow in, you do the form, you bow out. You do it 10 times, you bow in, you do the form 10 times, you bow out. Okay? And that's the point form for the seated practitioner. All right. If you feel confident in this skill set and you know what to do, go to the training videos for practice. If you're still a little unsure about the nuts and bolts or the exact placements or exactly what to do, just watch this video over again. That's the beauty of it. You can do this as many times as you need. And then remember, if you have any questions that the videos don't answer, you can just email us or contact us right through your portal. Thank you.